We begin in Canada, where Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has announced his resignation, ending his 9-year stretch as the country's leader. In a public announcement, Trudeau said he would step down in the coming months once the Liberal Party chooses his successor.
I intend to resign as party leader, as Prime Minister, after the party selects its next leader through a robust, nationwide, competitive process. Last night, I asked the President of the Liberal Party to begin that process. This country deserves a real choice in the next election, and it has become clear to me that if I'm having to fight internal battles, I cannot be the best option in that election. As you all know, I am a fighter, and I am not someone who backs away from a fight, particularly when a fight is as important as this one is. But I have always been driven by my love for Canada, by my desire to serve Canadians, and by what is in the best interest of Canadians. And Canadians deserve a real choice in the next election. And it has become obvious to me with the internal battles that I cannot be the one to carry the Liberal standard into the next election.
The Prime Minister bowed out after an internal revolt fueled by the recent exit of Chrystia Freeland, Trudeau's Deputy Prime Minister and one of his most trusted political allies. Now, as Trudeau prepares to leave, the Liberal Party will select its next leader by holding a nationwide leadership contest. In the meantime, the outgoing Prime Minister has already requested the Governor General to prorogue Parliament until March 24th. The possible contenders to succeed Trudeau include his new Finance Minister Dominic LeBlanc, Foreign Minister Melanie Joly, Innovation Minister Francois-Philippe Champagne, and Transport Minister Anita Anand, and former ally, of course, Chrystia Freeland. But Trudeau's successor might not be the Prime Minister for long, as the most immediate challenge would be fighting an early election after the opposition's expected no-confidence vote. Meanwhile, President-elect Donald Trump renewed his offer of making Canada the 51st state of the United States just hours after Trudeau resigned.
Many people in Canada love being the 51st state. The United States can no longer suffer the massive trade deficits and subsidies that Canada needs to stay afloat. Justin Trudeau knew this and resigned. If Canada merged with the U.S., there would be no tariffs, taxes would go way down, and they would be totally secure from the threat of the Russian and Chinese ships that are constantly surrounding them. Together, what a great nation it would be.
Donald Trump has always had a rocky relationship with Trudeau, and his return to the White House was not good news for the Canadian leader. Soon after his victory, the president-elect threatened a 25% tariff on Canada if Trudeau failed to curb the flow of illegal drugs and migrants into the United States. The Prime Minister met Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago as a show of goodwill, but the president-elect instead humiliated Trudeau and called him the governor of the Canadian state.
People are right to be angry. They've got a Prime Minister who's more interested in protecting his own job than defending Canadians against Trump. We've got a Prime Minister who's failed to defend workers from rich CEOs that the Conservatives love, who continue to rip off Canadians and drive up the cost of food and homes. The Prime Minister has failed. For New Democrats, it's always workers first and not CEOs. And not CEOs who the Conservatives want to defend. So will the Prime Minister acknowledge he has failed? He has to quit.
Now, as the Trudeau era comes to an end, it remains to be seen how a new Canada without Trudeau's charm would shape the relations amid the looming threat of Donald Trump's unforgiving policies.
From breaking news to the day's biggest controversies, shedding light on the world's top headlines. Detailed analysis on the stories that matter the most to you. Catch it all on Spotlight at 6 p.m. India time and 12:30 GMT, only on Firstpost.